Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, you'll be learning how to make this beautiful Bubu jewelry. So if this is what you would like to watch, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a beautiful comment. Let's start. Okay, so what I have here, I've already gone to cut out my width and my length. So I'll be explaining how I went about that. So for the width, I'll be using 17 inches for the width. For the length, I measured where I wanted it to stop, which is at the ankle part. So you measure where you want your length to stop. So, and that is that you just go ahead to cut out same measurement for both the front and the back. So what I have here is my front and my back measurement. So for the neck width, we'll be going in by 3 inches, and for the back neck depth, I'll be coming down by 1 inches, and I'll use my pattern ruler to connect that. And for the front, I'll come down by 9 inches and go ahead to use my straight pattern ruler to connect it. So for the first one here, what we have is the back neck depth, and the straight one is the other one that is more longer is for the front. So my camera was off while videoing that part, so I just hope that will be able to explain better. So after marking that out, you go ahead to use your scissors to cut it out. Okay, so after the neckline, another measurement that was taken here was the shoulder slant. So my shoulder slant, I came down by 2 inches for the shoulder slant. Cutting out, this is what our front neckline should look like, V-shaped, and our back neckline should be rounded. So I'll just show you how the back neckline should look like. So the next thing we want to do after now is to go out to cut our facing for both the front and the back. So this is what I'm going to be using for my front facing. So you could go ahead to cut out your desired length, and for the width you could also cut out the desired width, how you want it to be, how you want the width to be on the this thing on the front. So for this, after that, I'll just go ahead to have my front unfold, and also the blue fabric unfold. I'm going to have both unfold, and I would just want to use it to cut out the neckline. So after folding it, as you can see, I will just place my front on it and place it well, ensure that everything are well laid, ensure everything is well laid. And after that, you just go ahead to cut out the neckline and also cut out the this is shoulder length. So I'll just ensure I place everything well, and after this now I'll just go ahead to use my scissors and cut out my neckline. Okay, little interruption, please don't forget to like, subscribe. You could drop your subscription now, and please drop a beautiful comment. Thank you. I'll appreciate your beautiful comment and your subscriptions. Thank you. So right here, I'm done cutting out. So what I'll just want to do now, I just want to trim out these excesses, but before doing that, I just ensure the neckline was well aligned. And after trimming out, you want to like cut out the styling you want. So at this point, you could use any style you want. You could make it V or so or anything. You could be creative with it. So for me, I just want to come in and go ahead to just slant it to the edge, just like as you can see, and cut out. And after now, the next thing I want to do is to use my gum stir on it. So after cutting out, while cutting out, if you notice, I left about ½ inches. So this ½ inches is just for when I put my gum stir, so it could serve as allowance for folding. So the next thing we'll do now is to go ahead to gum our gum stir to it. Okay, so right here I've gummed my gum stir to it, and I've gone ahead to fold the edges by half inches. And the next thing I want to do is to sew to it. So when I'm sewing to it, this is how it's going to look like. So to sew to it, I'll turn to the wrong side of the fabric and place it like this on the neckline, and go ahead to sew in by half inches. Then after sewing in by ½ inches, what I would just want to do is to notch the neckline and turn it over. So that is how you're going to go about. So right here, I'm done sewing my neckline. So what I want to do is to notch out, which I have done. The midpoint, you can see how I'm notching it, so that when turning, it will be able to turn perfectly well for me. So I'll just go ahead now, notch it round, and after notching round, I'll turn it and press it with my pressing iron. And then after notching, before turning, I'll also go ahead to cut out excesses so that when I turn it, it's going to lay flat. This is me trying to turn it over, So after turning over, what you want to do next is to go ahead to iron and sew on the edges round. And another thing is that when ironing, ensure to iron neatly and ensure the neckline is well aligned and everything is just well laid so that you could have a neat outcome. So just go ahead, iron and sew on the edges round. So right now, this is what I have after sewing round, and the next thing we'll be doing is to our back. So for the back, I'm gonna ahead to cut out my back facing, and I just want to go ahead to sew it to my back, which I've just done here. So I'll turn it over, and after turning it over, the next thing we want to do is to sew both the front and the back together, and both the front shoulder and the back shoulder together. So I'll be sewing in. I'll just go ahead to place my front on my back and sew in by 1/2 inches on both sides. So I'll go to my sewing machine with this. After placing it like this, go in and sew by 1/2 inches on both sides. At this point, our gown is almost ready. So I'm done with the front and back. So the next thing I want to do now is to sew my sleeve band. So for my sleeve band, for the length I use 25 inches and for the width 3 inches. So I'll just go ahead to sew on the side, get the midpoint and place it on the shoulder, just as you can see me do like this, and sew to both sides by 1/2 inches. And after this, I also want to go ahead to sew my pocket. So for my pocket, I'd already gone out to mark out my pockets. So what I'm marking here now is the half length. I'm marking 18 inches down, which is going where I'm going to sew my pocket to. So for this pocket, for the length, I did 9 inches, and for the width, you could go ahead to measure how wide and how long you want your pocket to be. But for the length, I think the minimum should be 7 inches that you should work with. So you just go ahead, as you can see me place it like this, and sew to both sides. So I'll go ahead to sew the sleeve and go ahead also to sew the pocket for both sides. So I just want to show you how the pocket should look like. So this is what the pocket should look like after sewing in for both sides. So I just went in to sew in by 1/2 inches. So I just felt like I should show what the pocket should look like. So after now, we just want to go ahead to join both sides. We turn the gown to the wrong side and join. And at this point, our gown is almost ready. So this is also what our sleeve looks like after sewing in. So at this point, you could go ahead to also iron to give it a neat look. So this is my other side. So right now I have turned to the wrong side, and from that point I will go in by 1/2 inches and so, and when I get there I will stop. Ensure you could also actually use an office pin to hold your pockets together so that it does not shake out. So when I stop, I will just show you how to sew in the direction so you won't come straight. So at the top side of the pocket you will go in just like that. You go in just like that, then come down this way, come also this way, and from there you continue sewing till you get to the hem. So I'm just trying to repeat it what you should do. And when you're done with this, our gown is ready. And what you want to do next is just to hem it by, probably if you gave 2 inches allowance for the hemming allowance, you could hem it by 2 inches. So at this point our gown is ready, so just go ahead, sew as I illustrated here for both sides, and please don't forget to drop a beautiful comment, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. So this is the outcome of the gown. So I am not going to wear this gown because this dress is not for me, it's for a client. So I just want to show you how it looks like. It came out beautiful. So I would like to see your beautiful comments. Thank you.